Greetings, yeah, well, greetings, yeah, one and all, greetings, yeah. All praises be unto thee, Most High, for I who live it and reign it, and sit up in Zion, Most High Jarasafai, in the heart of our flesh do give thanks, bless and sanctify. All praises be unto the Most High, Jehovah Jarasafai. All praises ascending through the portals, yeah, the realms, trinities to one, into the Kadusa Kadus, and the Holy of Holies. Yeah. So all praises be, Yelemai, Most High Jah, Alalaja, yeah, Yelemai, will you ever live it? I see La Selassie, Manu and TNT and I and I. Yeah, yes. Do give thanks for the giving of thanks, do give thanks for the being of here.
You know, yeah, 'cause life is such a blessing, it's such a precious gift, and we're grateful, faithful, even with a morsel of bread, I'm grateful, and so should you be, especially if your plate's full, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, walk on the road to light, what's the wait, fool? Why the wait, fool?
Don't play. Don't play. You know, shame the clip in my 38 full. Yeah? Yeah. I mean, I just think about it. Think. Life, it's so precious. It's so great. It's so grand. It's so grandiose. It's so splendid. It's so amazing. It's so multi-dimensional. It's so real, yeah, people, we're in the judgment ball, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the smoking gun, you feel me? Yeah, man, you got volcanoes popping off all over the place, you got earthquakes booming all over the place, you're going sicky to sicko, she's so obsessed with earthquakes and destruction and death, She's talking about, is there an uptick in earthquake activity? I don't know, guys, you tell me. Well, you're the one talking about how there's been like 11 flipping earthquakes within the past week, you know what I mean, and all these aftershocks, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen, and I'm getting worried, guys, but yeah, sure you're getting worried, and sure you're concerned, yeah, these earthquakes and the consequences of these earthquakes, consequences of the earthquake, you know what I mean? Yeah, sicky the sicko, you know what I'm saying? Bright and early. It's been 11 earthquakes, guys. Is this it? But that job be praised. Then you got your Mark of the Beast Zuckerberg, the founder of Meta and Facebook and IG. Yeah, well, he's in court right now. $1 trillion lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? Bunch of families claiming that, you produce violent content targeting kids, and then many of these kids end up suicidal and homicidal and mental cases and emotional wrecks and, emotional damage. And it's all your fault, Mark Zuckerberg. So yeah, he's in court right now. Where? In Cali, where it's all gonna go down. Yeah, that's where it all started, and that's where it's all gonna go down. Out in Cali, Yeah, you got Silicon Valley over there, you got Disneyland's over there, at least one of them, and shit. You got the billionaires over there, tech giants, yeah, pharmaceutical giants, yeah. All the way over there in hella weird, Let's not forget hella weird, Yeah, man. Yeah. So like I told you, California is really the capital of the United Snakes of America. Yeah? Well, yeah. So, Mr. Mark of the Beast Zuckerberg is gonna lose. And when he loses, it's over for Facebook, it's over for Meta, it's over for IG. You're gonna have new governmental controls, not parental. No. Governmental controls, yeah, because you can't control yourself. People, yeah. So that's what's going on, and what are they saying? Well, the kids, all of a sudden you care about the kids. Yeah, well, it's damaging the kids, and look what it's doing, the kids, yeah, sure, start with the kids. And then after, y'all could, prove through your stats and all your surveys that, well, the internet is actually damages adults too. Yeah, it makes them crazy, and yeah. So, hey, we'll start with banning kids under 17 from music, and now, well, as you can clearly see, the man's 80 and he's a sicko, and she's 60 and she's a sicko, and he's 40 and he's a sicko, and they're all sickos. So therefore, we're going to have to come up with a name. Yeah? We're gonna have to come up with a name because these people are diagnosed. You see, you have a personality disorder, which prior to calling it that, it was called a psychosis. Prior to a personality disorder, that's what it was called. All these names, to placate you, I mean, it's to buffer the impact of reality. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a psychopath. I just have a personality disorder, a multiple personality disorder. Right. I'm not a sociopath. I'm just schizo. I'm not what? I'm a what? I'm not a narcissist. I'm just what would this be? What would they call that? They gotta soften the blow, So you're not a narcissist. You're suffering from a detachment from self. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, that's what it is. Sea bills, people. The sea bills are going to be fully implemented and enforced next week. No joke. So they said August 26th. Yeah, okay, man. okay. Nearly almost at ya. We got Damian Marley coming with the gnarly clowns. You know what I'm saying? At Kaya Fest in Toronto, August 22nd. Yes, big. Really big, yeah. And I got Sister Kalanja gonna be here, the 8th of September. Oh, is it the 8th? No, the 6th of September. Queen Elizabeth fell dead. The fake Queen Elizabeth, the swap. Yeah, she fell dead. September the 8th, 20 and 22. Indeed. Yeah, so praises be unto the Most High Jah, So, did you hear the song? Yeah, man. One song a day. What I tell you? I told him a Gangzy, yeah, and my Masicka, because he's my Masicka until I cut him loose. That's the way it is. I used him to body Tommy Lee, the Uncle Demon. That's what he calls himself, an artist. He is from Vibes Kartel's crew, and my Masicka stepped on his head, yeah. And then, Masicka started stepping on Kartel's head, and Kartel's like, I know me, I don't beef no more in music, nah, but I'm the king, I'm the greatest, I'm the best ever, But I ain't got time for beefing. I only got time for music and family, music and family and business, because God are the greatest. Yeah, God is the greatest. Sure. I don't rate Masicka for a lot of shit he says, you see what I'm saying? But he's influencing the youth, them in a positive way more than enough of them other artists, them there. Just with some of those positive songs that he has and the lyrics that inspires these youths and motivates them, I'm not talking about anything else. Because as for everything else, it's just... it's pointless, you see what I'm saying? Because violence, slackness, explicit lyrics never does well in the market. It never did and it never will. This is why there are only 3 hardcore dancehall artists who have won Grammys in its 38-year career existence. Yeah, these artists are Shaggy, Shabba Ranks, and Sean Paul. The only ones. Do you understand? Not your Vibes Kartel, not your Bounty Killer. He did a song with No Doubt. Bounty Killer won a Grammy with No Doubt. Okay, it was a pretty clean song. That's right. None of those ragamuffin gangster lyrics, none of that. Right. And these assholes and idiots still don't get it. They still don't get it. Not even hip-hop gangster lyrics win blood clot Grammys. 50 Cent never won a Grammy. Oh, actually he did. He won a Grammy with his song Crack the Bottle, a song that featured Eminem and Snoop Dogg. That's right. Your blows on skirt, Lil Wayne, He won a Grammy. He wasn't singing about whipping up and this and that and selling drugs and da. It was one of the polished up albums. Okay? Good. Carter or one of those albums. That's right. Your Masicka claims that he got the name Masicka from the 50 Cent movie Get Rich or Die Trying, and was like, well, I like it. Okay, guys, so you're really running down that. You really want all the fame. You really want to be the biggest thing. And, well, you know what happens to those who just want to be the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, the higher the monkey climbs. You see what I'm saying? And that's just the judgment. You got this kid on his album talking about how I told my son I do crime. Yeah, I sell drugs. I'm whipping it up. Yeah. Even in the music video with Damien, you see him? Share it, for we never greedy. Right, and you see him doing the whip up gesture, like he's cooking up crack in the kitchen on the stove. Right, he just has to do it, and that's what I can't stand with him. He can't just keep it clean, not even for one song, it seems. You know what I'm saying? He has to mix up something. Yeah, well, you know, burdens and and life, and yeah, I have to tuck it. Yeah, you have to tuck it. Everywhere you go, I have to tuck this thing. Yeah, but God, yeah, mommy, yeah, I'm gonna buy you that house, mommy. Mommy, you happy? You know, goodness, it's disappointed, because I'm telling you, I expected more from this kid, especially after releasing. I think he released 2 albums prior to this, which the production, the quality is actually better than this, and it's more dancehall. He's gone to Def Jam now. They want a certain sound, a certain type of sound, and then even on the album he has a song called Shaka Zulu, which it's on like a remix. 50 Cent beat. In the club, I got what you need, give me a hug, I ain't into something about, I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. Right, and then what is he saying, one of his songs? Yeah, them say them love me, but F love is for fools. Right, I tell my son, I sell drugs. Yeah, I'm a big drug dealer. Yeah, it's what I do. Yeah, drink hard, smoke enough. Yeah, shoot them up, kill them up. Yeah. And then what does he do? He starts dissing other artists. He starts throwing shades at other artists in the industry. Right, on your album? Bro, this is not a mixtape. But you see, that's Def Jam for you. Beef. That's all that sells for them when it comes to black people music, it seems. Well, I mean, is that the impression that they're trying to give people or something? It's not that. It's not that, because it doesn't sell. It doesn't really sell. Not like clean music. They just want beef, more toxicity out there. Yeah, more controversy, more drama, more stress. You see what I'm saying? That's right. Because people who do not recover from traumatic events that took place in their lives, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. When you sit down and you're exposed to it, meaning you could watch it happen to somebody else, or something similar happen to somebody else in a movie, music video, real life, and it's like a hit of morphine. It's like a hit of morphine. Doctors have proved this. Soldiers that suffer from PTSD, right? Post-traumatic stress syndrome, okay, from the war, okay? They prove that if you let these men watch movies, combat movies and combat scenes with soldiers getting killed, they actually relive that trauma, and it is equivalent to a dose, or them getting a dose of 9 milligrams of morphine. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the same goes for everything else. Like I said, people healing from trauma and stuff like that, and you're just exposed to it. Yeah, you're relieving it. You're relieving it, and it's like a relapse, and it's like it's a relapse, but it's also addictive, because it is like it's a drug. Yeah, good. Morphine, endorphins, good. It's linked to that, right? Emotions, good, which is linked to what? Demons. It's linked to demons. Hey, don't play no games, okay? The word pharmaco with quiz is the name of a demon that's associated with black magic or demon magic, drugs, mind alteration, and all kind of sick things. Good. While you have the word pharmakos, which is it originated with the Dionysian cult after, you know, this Pyrinthius guy claimed that he was Dionysus reincarnated, and that he's going to sacrifice his life for Dionysus and for the people. It's to purify the society and the community. That's what they say. This is long before your Jesus. Okay, Dionysius. So now they came up with this. It's a ritualistic festival. The entire festival is a ritual. Okay, where you have the tragedies or the tragedies. They're singers, female singers, these priestesses, right? And these tragedies, which is where the tragedy comes from. Okay, this is where theater comes from. It originated with Dionysius and all of this. Well, after him, anyways. This is what they did. We have to put on these plays to remind the people, and to kind of like jolt them with the truth, of the mysteries of Dionysius. So the tragedy singers would get a goat. They would call it the scapegoat. In Greek, it's called the pharmakos. Pharmakos, not pharmakois, which is the name of a demon. No, it's pharmakos. Okay, the pharmakos is the scapegoat. That's right. And then they have to carry the damn scapegoat up to an altar and sacrifice it. And then the blood of the goat purifies the community. And then guess what? They have to eat it because it symbolizes Dionysus. Because this is where this stuff originated. Could have been in Egypt. It was corrupted. The faith, the religion, the way was corrupted, and they infused these things into it. Yeah, well, now we have to eat the God to become the God. We have to consume him, drink his blood and eat his flesh. Yeah. So this is what the pharmakos represented, the scapegoat, and you have to eat it and drink its blood, and then they become Dionysius. Yeah, it's all symbolic, right? Good. So don't play. And of course, pharmaceutics and pharmacy and pharmaceuticals is all linked to all of this because they are mind-altering agents and chemicals within the drugs that they're administering, giving people. Very good, It's no joke. Yeah, some of this I'll teach you, giving you a little clearance on some ancient mysteries. Yeah, very good, very good. So we're living in serious times. Now, you get the word farm from that too. Oh, really? Right. And look what they're trying to do to the farms. Big pharma, big business, big names taking over farms. Right. What are they doing with it? Injecting the food and animals with the chemicals, whether it be GMO or whatever. Right. Synthetic stuff. Wow. Think about it. You got marijuana farms, right? The government wants to take over that to do what? Well, taint it and turn it into something else and profit off of it, right? Good, but it's also to poison the natural thing, right? Good. So food farm, same thing. Meat farm, same thing. Tobacco farm, same thing. We want to, put chemicals in the. We want to process these, these tobaccos leaves. I want to process them and add chemicals to them and make them even more addictive and harmful, lethal even. Yeah. Then you got fish farms. Just to show you, what do they do with fish farms? Same thing, man. Fishes from fish farms are very unhealthy and very toxic. You know what I'm saying? Very good. So we don't just have animal and food farms. We have human farms. It's like they turned the planet into a farm planet. You see what I'm saying? And they're farming and harvesting and all kind of thing. The people, them energy, your essence, your life force, your soul, your energy, your time, yeah, your thoughts. Good. It's a human farm. We'll burn Rome, we'll burn Greece. You see all those names in chapter 16? This is just an example, okay? Look at all of these names, where all these words are derived from. Look at all of this. What the heck is this? You got Hermes, yeah, well, not the original Hermes from Egypt, but that's a Grecian name they gave Hermes, Trismegistus, but or thought, but that's where the word harm comes from. Good. Then you have Olympus. Okay, well, you know, you got you got Olympic in there, you know what I'm saying? All right, good. You know what I mean? And then you got the Opensic, the stupid drug, you know? But then just look at the names, you know? Herod, you got hero in that, you know what I'm saying? You got her in that, you got Rod in that, you know what I mean? There's a few of these names, man. Huh? Andronicus, oh, where that's where Android comes from? Huh? Adrenochrome? Oh, you know, many things. Androgynous, right? And you hear the punk, yeah, I salute Narcissus, right? I guess that's where the word narcissist comes from, you know what I'm saying? You got Tertullian, which is where the word Tortola and turtle comes from. Wow, okay, you know? And you got Origin, these two guys telling people to go die for Christ. Origin, is that the word, or where the word original comes from? Obviously, and origins too, you know what I mean? Just look at these words, this is what they did, they turned them into gods, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they have us repeating their names when we're just speaking plain English. Is it English we're speaking? No, it's not, actually. It's not. It's a blend of many different languages. You see what I'm saying? They did this intentionally. So, you know, you're careful, you know. Who's the first person this Jesus, evil Jesus twin, tells his congregation to salute? Mary, salute Mary. Yes, yes, yes. Have a merry day. Have a merry, good, jolly old time, you know, yeah. Be merry. Yes, for sure. You know. So you have to be careful, you know. But you can learn. Just study these words, you know. I think you have a guy named is it? No, Palintus, right. This is where you get like palingenesis and, you know, is it palin? Is it parin or parentis? Even Parentis, the man who claims that he is Dionysus born again and sacrificed his life. This is where you get the word parents from. And Parentis. You know, and these different words, is it hold on, there's a word, this is, me not get it right now, but parasynthesis. Is it that? Either way. This is where they get these words from, man. You do? So, yeah. So that's what it is, you know. It's a judgment still, you know. Yeah, man. But you keep your heads up and you keep your eyes peeled, people, because this is the time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got a lot of activity taking place in the Antarctica and also even in Mexico, man. You got portals. I told you already, you got portals all over the world. You see what I'm saying? And there are beings coming from the other dimensions. And they're trying to stop them, especially Antarctica and these places. You feel me? And so things are heating up right now. You know what I'm saying? Things are heating up right now. Really, I take a sip of my tea. Yeah, but speaking of the song, I told you it was going to be an amazing song, and it is. Biggest song right now in the world. You know? One time a day, my stove turn up, my pot a bubble, kitchen steamy. My numbers up right around the world, people are streaming. To spread your message is what matters most really. But right now, even the deaf must listen keenly. Babylon been working overtime and they've been scheming. Instigating war, robbing and them stealing. And their ambition is to rob like Fab is meaning. Fab is meaning means free on board, okay? Like Fab is meaning. How am say? Huh? So give Jah thanks for life no matter how you're feeling. That people crash one day wasn't even speeding. Rastafari love to see the seal as ceiling. So pay attention to the literature you're reading. I want some idea. Huh? Yeah, well, you know. And their ambition is to rob like Fab is meaning. Meantime, we're wasting time acting like life is dreamy. What? Meantime, we're wasting time thinking life is dreamy. So give Jah thanks no matter how you're feeling. Cause people crash when they wasn't even speeding. Rastafari love to see the seal as ceiling. So pay attention to the literature you're reading. I want some idea. Yeah, one psalm a day. One psalm a day. You know? The Lord is my shepherd, so I nah go fear. Tell some dirty foot, bad mind boy, go and go beard. With one psalm, Jah is one call away. One thunderbolt, cause some boy nah behave. Tell them say Jah alone no fear, cause we brave. Me make it home safe, Jah just get all the praise. Jah keep I dry and warm even when storm a rage. One psalm, chant one psalm a day. One psalm a day. Eh? Yeah. Well, I just want psalm a day. Big tune. Big tune is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Substance over blood clot hype. Masicka is a bad artist. I wish he could just keep it clean and do those big songs, what we love. You know what I'm saying? But this is proof that those songs are the biggest songs. It's the biggest song on the album. It take the album. That song is leading the album. Number, streams, and everything. That's the biggest song on the album. Very good. Makes sense. It's with the biggest artist in the world. But we're talking about talent and skill here. And Damien brought the best out of Masicka. Very good. So no, go and go hype and talk about his stupid songs, pointless and this and that, where he's talking about a fuckery, cool. But that don't have nothing upon one song. Nothing. It's the biggest song of his career. Good. Now the same kid did a song with Kes Namdi on Kes Namdi's album, remember? Little Rasta Youth, you know. So much blessings I feel thankful. Fulfilling my dreams. Okay, good. You know what I'm saying? Kes Namdi won the Grammy. Exactly. And Kes Namdi did a song with Masicka. Good. Mortimer did a song with Damian Marley. You forget that song? Those with knowledge spread it. Don't cut, paste, and edit. They say half the story hasn't been told. I wonder who is going to tell it. Can we package it and sell it? Purchase it with credit? Or can we break it down in a way that we can get it if you cannot see nor touch it? Cannot see nor smell it, cannot read or spell it. Such a thin line when you tread it. Some televise the side of life that really is a lie. You'll be surprised if you know the truth. Don't believe the hype. Meanwhile, the majority are scroll and them a swipe. Them a program what you view while you think you have a choice. Them a tell you what to do, where to go, who to like. Algorithm start to spike. What if them do it for spite? Catch the world by surprise. Huh? Make the world change overnight. On the planet you call home is one we cannot recognize. Those with knowledge spread it. Don't cut, paste, and edit. They say half the story hasn't been told. I wonder who is going to tell it. Can we package it and sell it, purchase it with credit? Or can they break it down in a way that we can get it if you cannot see nor touch it? Cannot read that? That was a big song. Yet still, Kes Namdi won the Grammy. Because this youth's album is not really roots. It's not what people really love. Yeah, but that song was a big, big, big song. Good. So are you acting like as if the Marleys run the Grammy and all this bullshit? That's bullshit. Skip Marley lost to Toots Hibbert. Coffee beat Julian Marley. It's not the first time that this has happened. And now we have proof. Oh, well, look, Kes Namdi did a song with Masicka. He released his album Blood and Fire and won the Grammy. Not Mortimer and his album that had Damian Marley on it. All right, then. So, no, it don't work that way anyways, even when Ziggy Marley's wife Olga, is it Olga? Olga? Her name is Olga, okay? I call her Ugly. Either way, she was on the panel, but she can't make anybody win. Grammy is based on your fan base. Do you see what I'm saying? It's based upon your fans' votes, man. Then, them can't just rig the Grammy like that. No funny still. Maybe they have in the past. I'm not saying they have. I'm not talking about the Marleys neither. I'm not talking about the Marleys. They're the biggest brand in reggae, man. I don't care what you want to say, man. They're the biggest that name there. Marley, okay, good. And these kids have a name. They've won Grammys as a group. Steven and Ziggy and even Sharon was a member, and even Sedella was a member. You see Sedella and Sharon doing music. Sharon just started doing music the other day, thinking that maybe she's gonna get somewhere. You ain't going nowhere. Even though you won a Grammy before when you were with the Melody Makers, it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way. Kimani Marley's never won a Grammy. Skip Marley's never won a Grammy. Julian Marley just won his first Grammy last year. Please. The Marleys don't run no Grammys, man. You people are messed up for saying that too. You know what I'm saying? I always want to shit on Bob and then shit on the kids. You know? Well, those kids are not his. Just Damien alone. Me and Zara. Anyways, Masicka then wants to full up the Barclays. He wants to do Barclays. Yeah, when I want to do a Kartel deal, I want to prove that I'm bigger than him. Yeah, everything's a competition. And I'm trying to show you that that's not working in reggae. It don't work with reggae, man. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just a hype and people love it in the streets. Street vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to international, no. Never does. Why you think your Movado and your Kartel never even got nominated for a Grammy prior to this kid, Kartel, getting released from jail 3 years ago? Exactly. Prior to that, he's never been nominated for a Grammy, nor has Movado. Why do you think that is? We're not really done, see? Nah? All you're doing is making a bad name for your damn selves and embarrassing Jamaica and the brand and reggae. Yeah, it's all about beef. Yeah, I'm Masicka, I'm the king. Yeah, forever reign, I'm here to stay. Yeah, you know, I'm the baddest. I'm the baddest. So why don't you just say it? I'm better than Kartel. I'm better than anybody. Why don't you just say I'm the best in your interviews and just say, yo, anybody want to come test me? Come test me. No. Yeah, well, you know, yeah. But then when you do your music now, yeah, well, yo, this artist that throw shade at him, throw shade at him, throw shade at him on your album, bro. And then you're gonna do Barclays Center, bro, thinking you could fill that. You can't fill no Barclays Center, bro. You're not ready for that. For sure, they have to reduce the prices of the tickets and everything. You know what I'm saying? Enough more things. You know, maybe some tickets were given away for free. And, you know, to fill that damn place. Either way, the kid cannot perform. Oh, water break. He cannot perform. Needed a bunch of artists. Guest artists. Damien was not one of them. Why? Well, he could see the bullshit. And I'm pretty sure that when you met Damien, you didn't let my Damien hear all of those damn songs that you put on your album. You did not make Damien listen to all those songs. You let him hear some different songs, because Big Gongs is not going to put a song on that album. Okay? Right. So that's probably why he didn't show up. I can't support this. You know? Plus, it's like, bro, I don't know. It's like a gimmicks thing. You just want to throw shade at artists and stuff like that. You know, on your album and stuff, you know what I mean? Then what does he do? Just to confirm what I'm saying. He invites Vanessa Bling, who is Vybz Kartel's protege. It's Vybz Kartel's protege. Okay, it's one of the girls that he was molesting too. They sing it in songs. You know what I mean? When she was like 15, 16, and all kind of thing. I think she's a little older. Okay, but the other girl there, who's all messed up there, her name's not coming to me. Vybz Kartel protege. She claims she was with him since she was like 14, you know, 13 and that kind of thing. Either way, Lisa Hype is her name. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, but this guy's the one, Vybz Kartel's the one who sings in the songs, you know. Yeah, me know your family see you in your stroller. Something, you know, see the baby picture in the folder. And your sexiness and multiply as you get older. And him say these things, okay? Remember when we push you in your mother, remember when your mother pushing at the stroller? Something, yeah. Anyways. You're gonna invite Vanessa Bling on your show, but not Kartel, who invited you on his show when he got out. And then Kartel did a song with this kid early in his career, which was his biggest song in his career. On a street level anyways. On a street, that's how he became a name. Are you serious, man? Are you serious? So that's how bad it is? You know? That's crazy. That's crazy, you know? And so Kartel invites you on his show. They say there's some sort of conflict backstage. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it was Masicka that leaked that out there into the public. You see what I'm saying? Masicka did that. You know? Saying about, oh, you're some artist and about, oh, you're I'm the best and blah, blah, blah. Okay, man, you know? And so this is the problem in the music. Instead of you guys coming together, you know what I'm saying, and making this thing work, it's always some kind of stigma and static. Right? That was just stupid. You should have invited Vybz Kartel on your stupid show. You know what I'm saying? Show the unity. Stop the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then you would have got some of Kartel's fans in there who some of them would have patched over to you same way. You guys are just stupid. You guys are just stupid. You know, anyways, that's that. The song is a masterpiece. Big, big, big song. You know what I'm saying? mashing up the world out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I told you, it's gonna come to this. Damian Marley, he's the one that's keeping all of these artists alive, doing these songs with them. If it wasn't that song that Damian did with this youth, now I'm telling you, the album would have been a big flop already. It is a flop, but well, that gave it some strength and leverage. Cool. Same with Mortimer, Damian. Same with Protege. You forget about that? I wish I life over everything. I listen, I sing over every king. Love over money, money over gun. Give thanks for little over none. That time me tell them me kill make a muckle, but them a laugh and a chuckle and a buck shuffle. I wish I blinging but not overdone. See, they know the copper overrun. I wish I love for all over some. I wish I rise up Rasta children and never run. And inspire one another to be strong and overcome and keep on showing love forever, never done. Good. Reagan King, things done change now. Volcano Europe, and when the lava start flow, it. Who else? Who next? Who next? Good. So don't play it. I'm just saying. Damian do some songs with these artists, and it's what's carrying these artists still, you know. These artists will tell you they think they're bigger than the gang, and it's like you're supposed to take a page out of his book. You know what I'm saying? Killer Mike, even Killer Mike won, I think it was like 4 Grammys, don't matter. Damien was on that album. Some run of the male MCs. When a bad like run the MC. And can Killer Mike like Killer Mike, them can run next to D. Real revolution, every stand up pillar fight, run off your mouth and see. Decipher the truth from the life, still a fight, run back them at St. Pete. Car politician run like thief. Thief have run from police. Blood still a run like water, but gangster run from beef. But water will run your feet. Even though water should be free, still there is no running water pipeline in enough third world country. Yet them run them Ponzi scheme, and them run all under the sea. Meanwhile, they running risk and run red like to feed your family. And if money run like joke, nobody could do rich like we. Run with own prep school and own college and university. Cause we running to be free. So whether long distance or sprinting, nobody can run fast like we. Everybody don't know the runnings, we run things. Remember things not run we. Everybody don't know the runnings we do, and I don't carry on with the Almighty, who Emperor Haile King Selassie. Yo, oi, God don't like ugly, I ain't want to judge. Whole lot of, you know. And there's a next one. Hold up. There's a next tune. My big bad Damien did with someone. Come on, help me out here. You do a big bad song. Those Colombian youths. I'm not talking about that. You do a big bad song with somebody. Hustling in Zilla flipper dollar faster than a lightning McQueen. Me born as a mother flipping money making machine. Sit down in a Jamaica, every man have a dream. One day if you see your face up in a Forbes magazine, the Rasta flag of 3 color about my favorite green. Second. And I tell me, say she ready if you take one for the team. She love the vegetable, but she prefer the cream. She prefer the green. Hustling in my blood, my DNA and my gene. I got that dollar sign blood type, you know what I mean? And there's a next one, man. Yo, Gangs is really doing it big, you know. There's a song that he did, man. So he did a song on Stephen Marley's album too. Stephen Marley's last album, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the judge, man. All praises. I don't know, you know. These gangstalkers, I tell you, you see what I posted up there? You see all of that? Gangstalker 101, I come to teach you a lone stalking lesson, you see me, I say. And you read from lesson 1 to lesson 7, you follow all those steps, you can't go wrong and you will always win, you see me, I say. Most natural, you see, there's a flipping manual, gangstalker manual, the thing is real. The thing is real. You know what I'm saying? Gang stalker, group stalking, or it's called spooling as well. You know what I mean? Community harassment, judgment, judgment. I went into an Indian store the other day. I told you one time I went looking for some oats, and this guy went into my room, and took the oats that I bought, a bag of oats, took it out, and then put it back in there and did some spell work on it. I told you that. You see? Well, one of the stores I went to was like an Indian store right up the street, because Costco's gang stalking locale didn't have no oats, and it was like, yeah, right, you ain't got no oats. You ain't got no oats. I told you, these people are messing with me. They know I'm coming. All right, I go to the other store. They ain't got no oats. All right, cool. I went to that store the other day, and there's two Indian boys. One of the Indian boys, he chills with enough nuggets, okay? He chills with enough black man. He's harvesting their energy and stuff, But them people are some of the most racist people in the world. Indian people. All of them people over there. Chinese people. Why is that? Well, I think it really started when Britain abolished slavery. But it was still going on in East Africa, Zanzibar, okay? Which there's a damn bar in Toronto called Zanzibar Bar. They have a bar called Zanzibar. See? One of the biggest slave ports in the world to this day. And they got a bar over there called Zanzibar, where they catch a fire and burn down. I'm going to post that for you. I ain't posting everything, but just to show you the powers of the Most High. The Brits abolished slavery in Africa except for East Africa, and they invested in the slave trade in East Africa because they were like, we can't just let the Arabs take over now. Exactly. And that's what happened, see? So what did these Brits do? They went and they imported a bunch of Indians and Chinese people from India and China to East Africa, where they set up all kind of businesses, registered all kind of businesses, food companies and this and that under Britain, which is under the Club of Rome. And that's how they set up there. And then they started enslaving the black people over there, Sudanese people and all kind of black people over there in East Africa like crazy. See? So through that now, that's just how they stigmatize blacks and Africans, so they just hate us all and see us all as that. See? Slaves, dogs, mongrels, invalids. You see me? And so therefore, that's how these people act. So I went to the store the other day, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, they're gang stalking. They're just messing with me. All right, man, as I get into the store, there's a lady with 2 kids. The counter is as you walk into the store, and you have to walk past the counter to go to the aisles. Okay? Well, she's in my way. That's right. Just perfect timing. Bent over, got the 2 kids in front of her. Like she's trying to fix her granddaughter's shirt or something. Yeah, whatever, man. You know what I mean? She heard me come in. I came in. I gotta tell her, excuse me. So she moves, and as she moves, she just gives me this look, like, it's you, whatever, man. I passed. I went to go and I think I bought some honey or something. No, I bought 3 Guinness. I was going to buy a case of Guinness, but I only took $15 with me because I was going to go to Costco store to buy some brown barley. It's a stout. You call it a beer. It's a stout. Okay? But he didn't have none. So I'm like, yeah, for sure you ain't got none. You know what I'm saying? For sure you ain't got none. Hold on, let's let this guy pass me right now. Yep. Tell me why this guy passes me, this flipping construction worker. You're gonna pass me to go walk by the garden over here. Okay, which I don't know, there must be some people over there. You see that green sign? The garden starts right over there. He passes me to go over there to go and ask somebody something, right? And then they told him, whatever he asked me where is 5th Street? Well, it's westward, go walk westward. And then he walks by me now to ask me, 5th Avenue? Yeah, bro, I just pointed over there, man. Oh, yeah, thanks. Okay, bro. Why don't you just ask me first? That's right. And him is, you can tell he's like, he's South American, dark skin too, you know. That's right. And you passed me to go ask some white people, but still, it's like you don't trust them while you're asking me, guy? Flipping weirdos, man. You know what I mean? Either way, either way. I only brought $15 with me. They didn't have the case of brown stout at Costco. For sure you ain't got it. So I went by her. Bam, that's what's there. All right. You know, a little traffic block. Okay. I get 3 of them. I asked her how much for the case. She said it's going to come up to, I have to scan it. I'm like, it's going to be more than 15? Oh, yes, for sure. It's going to be more than 15. Okay. You know, so I just took 3 of them. Guinness, you know. Extra stout Guinness. Extra strong stout Guinness. Cool. So I'm like, yo, let me just grab 3 of them. Technically, it's $4 a damn bottle. No problem. And I told her, listen to me. You know, I could either give you 15 right now, you give me the case, I'm going to give you the dollar later. You know me. Or you could just give me 3. Just give me 3 for 12. I mean, it's up to you. I gave her an ultimatum. And she's just looking at me. I'm like, yo, it's up to you, you know. Okay, well, you know how much you have? 15? Yeah, I have 15, you know. It's up to you, you know. While this granny is there with her 2 grandkids. She looks Scotian, mulatto. And the kids are mixed too. Cool. So I told her, hey, you know, I'm going to give you the dollar later. You know me. I don't know you, she says. No laugh, no grimace, no smile, no nothing. I don't know you. I don't know nobody. I'm new here. I'm like, are you serious right now? And she's like, well, she took the change. Oh, okay, whatever. You know, she took the 15 and then gave me back a change, you know. You know. And little pause, you know, because the lady walking towards me is the lady that was there the night that Willie was killed, you know what I'm saying? But she's still coming to the block, you know, which we know she didn't have nothing to do with it, but it's just, you know, it's the way she's looking at me. Yeah, come, you know. Just making sure she's just coming my way, because if she comes my way, I'm crossing the street. I don't want to be nowhere near you. You know what I'm saying? Down spell work. Yeah, release it. See this dude driving this little Jeep. Just be alert out here. Don't trust none of these people out here. Trust none of these people out here. You know. But she takes the 15, gives me $3 change. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, you really have to do all of that, and I'm just like, okay, you know, thanks, you know. And I said bye to the lady with the 2 kids. And yeah, of course, her demeanor is, you're broke, you ain't got no money, wow, you're struggling, you know, you know, like trying to embarrass me. It's a humiliation ritual, literally, it's a humiliation ritual. I'm like, yeah, have a good day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure. She's like, you too. I'm like, yeah, sure. They say one of the tricks of these gang stalkers is to deny and deflect everything, make it look like as if you're the crazy one. You see what I'm saying? So you have to know how to confront them, and you always have to be composed and don't over-engage with them. You know what I'm saying? Don't over-engage with them and never lose your cool talking to these people, because they're never going to admit to you what they're doing, but you could admit to them that you know what they're doing, and it's like it freezes them, they glitch. You know? So I went to the store. I returned to the store to give this girl her dollar. I told her I'm going to be back tonight. You know, don't worry, I'll be back till later. But I waited like, I don't know, a week. I'm like, I'm not even bringing that back to you, because, I mean, you see that for that little embarrassment you tried to put me through there, you have to pay for that. You know, you have to pay for that. I mean, I have to run, come and give you back no dollar. So it's not like I'm not keeping my word, because look at you, your word was dishonest. You're talking about you don't know me and you're new here and you don't know nobody. you're new here. No smile, no nothing. Right. Well, obviously, you're trying to give whoever the impression that, this man's broke. He's going through it. And, okay, are you trying to help me? Or, but obviously, you're letting me have my way because you know the guy. You see what I'm saying? But that's not even funny. That's disrespectful and it's insulting. Whatever. I returned. I told her, here's your money, your dollar, and I told her straight, you didn't have to do what you did. That wasn't nice. You know what I mean? You got the lady there with the kids, you're talking about you don't know me and this and that. I told you, I said, what do you want to do? Do you want to give me the 3 for 12 or do you want to give me the 6 or, no. Do you want to give me the 3 for 16 or do you want to give me, it was 3 for 12 and I wanted to take 4. Is that what I wanted to do? Is that what I wanted to do? Yeah, I wanted to take 4, but it would have been 16. So I took 3 for 12. Exactly. So it's up to you. So you're gonna do all of this and try to shit on me? And I'm like, you didn't have to do all of that. That wasn't nice, what I'm saying? Especially with the lady there. And even still, when I left, it's like the lady's looking at me like, like, oh, you're struggling. I'm not struggling. I had the money. I told you, yo, look, you could have. It's up to you. I wasn't nice. Oh, how much you owe me? Because I gave her a toonie, which is a $2 in a one. I said $1. And she's like, oh, and she gave me the $1. Idiot. If you would have just relaxed, I would have gave you the 2 for the interest for doing that for me. Especially like how, I'm late giving you your $1. You know what I mean? I told her, try to be normal for a change. And I left it there. She didn't say nothing good. I confront these people about this shit, people. Yeah? She couldn't say nothing. Okay. Good. I'm saying people like playing games with people, psychological games. But either way, I returned there the other day. Matter of fact, just yesterday. And her son's there, 40-year-old, been here for 30 years, acting like as if he's new to this country and he don't know nothing, like he's a stupid little flipping kid. Long day, shit, there's only been like, every 2 hours I might get a client. It's a long day, it's like, it's one of those days when you barely break even, You only make enough to pay the light, electricity, Like, yeah, happens, it's one of those days, And it's like, yeah. So I kind of chilled in there for a bit to talk to him, smoke him, Yeah, for your mama. Huh? And so we're talking, and we've had conversations before, and this is an Indian kid who doesn't really know nothing but thinks he knows everything, the typical clown. And we're just talking, I'm like, yeah, you Indian people, you're known for your temperance, you know how to keep your cool, I've never seen an Indian man lose his cool, He's like, yeah, well, Indians are just Indians at the end of the day. I don't know about that, I'm saying you're known for that, you're renowned for that, and your religion, your Hindu religion, and then let's not forget the karma and the dharma, which is the good that follows the good you do, and the karma is the bad that follows the bad you do, And yeah, and it's just like acting indifferent, And I'm like, well, you're actually known for these things, bro, around the world, and you actually, some of you inspire people, I'm not talking about the typical Indian who, I guess to you would be an idiot, I'm talking about like Indians that have sense, and he says, yeah, well, we're known for, the karma and the... Exactly, that's what I said, It's just like he just made it so clear that he's just gang stalking and just playing mind games. And yeah, you study the stupid manual and you just play mind games. Because it was like the guy really refused to agree with anything I'm saying, but then would repeat what I said in another form. And it's just like, wow, okay, guy, and loves to divert what I'm saying to something else, you know what I mean? When it's like, yeah, I'm just talking, I'm just talking, bro, but I'm like, well, if you say so, that's how you see your Indian people, you know what I mean? But you're known for things, you know what I mean? You know, and I was telling me, you know, the sadhus in India, they smoke the weed and they have dreads and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's, you know, Rasta culture too, you know, because we smoke the chalice and we have dreadlocks, you know. We live in the country and we're vegetarians and vegans too, you know. It's just like, it's not that he doesn't see it, no. Right, because blacks are nothing to you. Everybody's better than blacks. So then here comes the damn recycle truck come to empty the recycle bin that he has in front of his store. And excuse me, I seen him go outside like he was gonna go and get the bin, but he only has two hands. Obviously, you could still maneuver, whatever, man, put the bin by the door, hold the door open, and just pull it in, right? But I was like, yo, you know, I'm gonna hold the door for you, you know? And he's like, you see that? Because it was a white man that emptied the bin and then threw the bin back there on the ground by the store window, and there was some stuff hanging out of it. Some of it even fell on the floor. Just paper and stuff, you know, it's a recycle bin. And he's like, oh, you see that, man? You just kept going on, you know, complaining like, well, oh, right, I'm your nugget slave, so I'm supposed to, what, defend you? No, you see that? You see how they treat me? You see how they treat us? Da-da-da-da. So he goes in the store and I'm like, yeah, you know, well, you know, like, I don't know, bro, like, you know, because you keep going on, you know. I'm like, well, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's because you're not white, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a racist thing, you know? And he's like, oh, you see it. But then goes in the back and he's like, oh, well, I would just like to think that he was just having a bad day. Well, okay, that could be it too, you know? But I don't know about that, you know? Because I'm looking outside. I didn't see him do that to any other store. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him do that to any other store. And there's a little Arab restaurant there, there's this, there's that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. You're the one that keeps elaborating. And then I asked him, you know, does this happen often? You know what I mean? Why you keep talking about it, you know? And he's like, yeah, you know, not the black workers. Right, not the black workers. Yeah, but the white ones, they're always doing weird things, leaving trash there. Okay, well then, I guess I'm right. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, black workers never do that. Of course they wouldn't. We wouldn't do that because we know we might lose our jobs. You guys are going to complain. And I didn't say you guys are going to complain. I said we'll lose our job. And he smirked. He's like, yeah, he really liked that. Right. Good little nugget slave, huh? Yeah, just do your job. You better pick up that. Right. And when it comes to the white man, no, look, you see, okay, but I mean, like, it's an Indian thing. And then he starts talking about how you know, they're going like haywire on Indians here in Canada. Like, they're causing nothing but problems. There was some incident in BC, something happened, and Indians did something they weren't supposed to do. They committed a crime. Okay, and he's saying, yeah, well, they're all, you know, what's the word? Stereotyping us as the same. You know, I'm like, wow, hey, see, you're going through that. Same thing happened to blacks, you know what I'm saying, you know? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, bro, you know what I mean? Like, you Indians right now are getting shot on. Yeah, they're trying to say we're all the same and categorizing us. Yeah, okay, I hear that, but I'm saying it's the same thing that happened with us. You know what I mean? You got all these movies, yeah, guns, violence, deadbeat, you know what I mean? Just degenerates is what they put in the movies and stuff like that. That's right, and that's the impression you get of us, and also that's kind of like how you treat us. And so it's nothing to say, yo, kill them, lock them up, all of them, who cares, and shit on them, all of them, who cares, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Right, now it's your turn is what I'm trying to tell him, you know. Yeah, well, you know, they're trying to say, yeah, I'm like, yeah, bro, they're really shitting on you guys. They're calling Canada Canindia right now because there's so many of you, and like, I even seen Indians say there's too many Indians here, and you guys are nothing but problems. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. And I told him the Windrush generation, Jamaicans, were the first to experience a backlash after migrating to a country. Well, there was some glitch in the system, and they had to send a bunch of Jamaicans who were in Britain for decades. Back to Jamaica, man. So I'm like, yo, we experience this, so we're the first that would tell you, careful with the government, things might backfire, and don't trust them, because, be careful trusting the government, you know what I'm saying? Good, because the word government really means control your mind, you know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to just obey, you know what I'm saying? And some Haitian dude walked in there, gangstalker, okay? Dread boy walked up in there and he just ignored me, went to the counter, even fist bumped this guy, like really put his hand over the counter, leading in, yes, for you, ooh, like he was trying to punch him in his face, I'm like, wow, so extra, We just started talking a bit, I'm just like, well, I know you ain't a Rasta. He's like, oh, how you know? So I know you're not a Rasta. What are you talking about? I'm a Rasta. I am Rasta. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you're not a Rasta. You have it for style and thing and maybe something more to it. Yeah, well, I respect, I like to keep it natural. I know I had to cut it because it got too heavy for my head. And, like as if that's supposed to bother me. Literally, that's how the man said it, I'm like, well, you're not a Rasta, so you really don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you what, Damian Marley was a Rasta. You know Damian? Yes. Damian Marley, he cuts his dreads because they get too long and they'll start dragging on the ground. He says that. Okay, so it's a faith thing. We're religious about it. But there are things that, some of us resort to doing that some other Rastas would say, no, yeah, well, no one can criticize Damien. And he doesn't want to just wrap up his locks them all the time and thing like that. So he wants to have his locks them flowing, and he doesn't want his locks them dragging on the floor. And so he's doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because then you would say, oh, yeah, Rasta, man, your locks them all drag on the ground. Right, exactly. But no one can criticize I and I too high. But and he's like, oh, like as if that's bad, Either way, man, I'm talking to this Haitian boy, like, yo, bro, let me smoke you right now, bro. You don't know nothing about your history and your culture, bro. You don't know that there's a Haile Selassie street that leads to your airport, because Haile Selassie came there in 1966 and met with Papa Doc Duvalier. Hold on 2 seconds. Are you lost? Es-tu perdu? Non. You're lost. This girl, man, lost, even know where she's going, I'm telling her, yeah, go. She almost got hit by a car just now. Reversing, But, either way, what was I saying now? What was I saying? The Haitian youth, Papa Doc, met with His Majesty. Papa Doc is a big voodoo priest. He was trying to intimidate His Majesty still and impress him with his voodoo. And His Majesty showed him, said, well, that's not going to work on me. And he had to bow to the emperor. And Duvalier's hat flew off of his head. You know what I'm saying? It's a historical event these guys on right now. These damn gangstalkers out here. Hold on. I'm saying like in Haitian culture now, or their community now, most of them know about that. You see what I'm saying? It's a historic event, memorable. That Papa Doc had to bow to Emperor Haile, and his hat flew off his head, And they know about his little magic trick performance, all kind of things. But the kid don't know nothing about that, is what he's trying to say. So I showed him my link. I'm like, yo, you don't know who Haile Selassie is? Oh, no. I'm like, yeah, well, look at the picture. scrolling through my phone. I'm looking for a picture to see if you might know him still. No, I don't know him. Yeah, bro, for sure you don't know, but you know Bob Marley. Oh, yes, I know. Right, you never heard him say Haile Selassie Rastafari, you don't know nothing. You know Damian Marley, you don't know nothing. Yeah, well, here's the link, and this is the man, Emperor Haile Selassie, you know what I'm saying? The King of Kings. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to act like as if, well, no, like, what if I'm asking, I want to know more, what if, like I only cut my dreads because, it was too heavy for my head and stuff like that, but like, like as if, well, am I still a Rasta? Bro, you're not a Rasta though, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what you mean I'm not a... Bro, you're not a Rasta. You see this man here in person, let's say, okay, well, our Rastafari faith and religion evolves around him who is our God of gods and our King of Kings. See, you don't see it that way. I get it. So this dreadlocks thing for you is more just a style thing. Anyways, I just gave him the link. Yeah, check the link, bro.
Oh, I need to learn up more about that, my history. I've been here a long time.
And he was born here, but don't know nothing about nothing. Right, for sure. He leaves. And what does this Indian racist punk say? In other words, what an airhead. All right, but you wouldn't tell him that when he was here. Oh, you see, the white man, he loved talking about the white man. Oh, the white man, you see, what he did worked. His strategy worked to reduce you to nothing, and to drain your brain so you really don't know nothing, turn you on a big fool. That's what he's trying to say. Yeah, you see, it worked, right? That's the way he's talking is like, well, you think this only worked on black people? I mean, it's working on you too, but I'm not going to insult you right now, like how you're trying to throw shade and insult me and my people still, but you can't insult me still. But he's trying to. How is he trying to insult me? Well, you can't come tell me I'm a bum, because I'm not a bum. You know what I'm saying? You can't come tell me I don't work neither. But yet still, because he's sitting behind a rascal counter now, he has a little business, and I'm just a maker, and he knows how the system's set up, and he's a part of this thing. You ain't got nothing, so he really has to make me feel like I'm a nobody, ain't got nothing. That's cool. That don't bother me. But it's just the reasoning, I want him to talk some more. All this is recorded. I want them to hear what I'm talking about. I expose these people. He keeps talking about the white man. You see what the white man did, the white man. Right, yeah, what an earhead, Yeah, well, he don't really know nobody, you know what I'm saying? And he even said that. He doesn't really know nobody. And, one of the problems is that, people are really antisocial these days, acting like as if that's normal, you know what I'm saying? That's a sign of mental illness, they say. You're just antisocial. I mean, how the heck are you going to know shit and know people? And, how do you get through if you don't talk to people? So you select who you want to talk to. Right, like this Haitian boy who came into the store hailing up this flipping Indian man. Yeah, hey, yo, whoa, hey, yo, yeah, yo, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that, yo, I'm gonna buy some more snacks. Oh, yeah, acting like as if, yeah, like, it's just all mind games, Oh, yeah, I got money, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna buy that too. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna buy these gummies too. Oh, I'm gonna buy a drink too. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna buy a Pepsi. Oh, yo, you mind if I switch this for a colder one? Yeah, oh. It's overdoing it, But here the man, what an earhead. Well, the man doesn't really know nothing still, you know what I'm saying? And secondly, like clearly as you can see, and the problem is that people don't really like talking to people still, you know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks they're better than people and antisocial and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? But then you start talking a bit about history, you know what I mean? And about how did this come up? It's like there's so much out here, you know what I mean, that people don't know. There's so much more to know, People act like they know everything. No, you should act like you never know enough. That's my attitude towards life. I don't know enough. As much as I know, there's always more to know, right? And that keeps me going. I see people talking about you know everything and you know enough and you don't need to know nothing and all this. Is look at them, they're very ignorant and arrogant people, like this kid here. So we're talking about different cultures and I'm like, yo, bro, listen to me, you know what I'm saying? Like even the Indian culture and Sanskrit, Sanskrit is very reminiscent to English. Yeah, that's because, and like he's trying to say like these people were like, they're unrelated, the Anglo-Saxons and the the Indians never associated. They just didn't know each other. Okay, well, I mean, that's how you see it. Excuse me. But the Sanskrit language is influenced by English and not the other way around. Because you just said it. According to you, these people were unrelated and didn't know each other at all throughout history, right? So then how it's not the Indians went to Britain, right? Obviously not good, so it would have to be the other way around. But if you do your history, because he doesn't know history, and I'm telling him, bro, you do your history, you'll see that the flipping Anglo-Saxons and the Jutes crossed the flipping Caucasus Mountains and ended up all the way over there in India, bro. And then, well, they they conquered your religion and your land over there, and then now you have a new language, which is called Sanskrit, which is very similar to Anglo-Saxon. Good. So just history, like the pyramids they found in Mexico, Peru, Egypt, and he's talking, and he says, yeah, well, you actually Peru's there and there. Yeah, bro, but the Mayans, the Aztecs, and even the Olmecs, and then there's even the Varakushan people who they claim that they're the original people of that land. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying you have different civilizations. Yeah, but I mean, like this civilization that came after, it was probably influenced by the other one. Well, no, actually, from what they see, civilizations were destroyed and civilizations arose. You know what I'm saying? But okay, forget about that. How about the fact that the culture and even the religion over there in Peru, Mexico, over there in South America is so similar to that of Egypt? You know what I'm saying? How do you explain that? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, but they didn't know each other, and there are so many dissimilarities. No, my friend, there are many similarities. What are you telling me right now? Too many similarities. No, I'm not gonna go into the history, which I could have went into with him about how the Egyptians, they were they were expelled from their land, the same way the Israelites now became wanderers in other lands. The same thing happened to the Egyptians for enslaving their Israelite brothers. It's written in prophecy that the same thing will happen to the Egyptians. Good, so now the Egyptians are expelled from that land there now and then spread out through different lands, and now, well, here we have a bunch of Egyptians, and let's not forget even Ethiopians, some Ethiopians as well, who became the aboriginal people of many lands, indigenous aboriginal people of lands, but not the indigenous original people. You see? So you have the aboriginals, then you have the, we can call them even the natives now, which they want to blend with others, but I'm saying that this is what it is. It was two different groups of people. Aboriginal and native, then you have the indigenous. So enough things. But I'm saying, so then he cut me off and he said, yeah, well, because he's trying to tell me, well, no, they're unrelated, and okay, and they're dissimilar in every way. Okay, bro, And he says, yeah, but what about, you go to China and you'll find like a similar, I don't know, monuments and this and that to that which they found in Peru. I'm like, exactly. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, look, you're saying China. Oh, well, I don't know. Like, I never seen it myself, but I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example. Oh, you just want to give an example that doesn't exist? You serious? Well, how about, like you got pyramids and this and that and structures and monuments out there in Egypt and in Peru and in Mexico and even in Sudan and even in Ethiopia that are so similar. How do you explain that? You see what I'm saying? Or how do you explain the images that were released to the public in 1961 when a Russian cosmonaut landed on the moon but took pictures of Mars from a spacecraft, and there are monuments on it, including a damn obelisk and a pyramid and even a flipping it looked like a sphinx's face in the ground, indentured in the ground, embedded in the ground. How do you explain that? Okay, well then a week later, a American astronaut flew to space, was the second man to fly out to space. You know what I'm saying? You know? This is Dave playing his music, you know, coming out of traffic. Disrespect Rastafari. I even looking his way. You know? Hey, you want to take a look? To the clown. Look at the clown. Hear that boy. That's a judgment. Ball in the head. He's such a loser. Okay? And he never does that, you know what I'm saying? He never does that. I noticed yesterday he did the same thing. Came out of his place and made sure to stand in front of my window at a good distance though. Selecting some songs to play on his damn Bluetooth speaker. He's such a clown. And then as soon as the song starts playing, he walks away. What song was it? Came on in mind. She didn't know how to tell him. He was in love with her at the man. The guy, he lost it. He's just gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This guy. He's the only one that does that, walking around with a Bluetooth speaker playing music. And I'm telling you, he thinks he's really special. You know, yeah, look at me. Sad. You know? But, Indian boy in the store. You know? Did you notice how loud he played it? I'm telling you, the man don't do that. It's just to violate me. But that don't bother me, man. So I'm like, a week after the Russian cosmonaut ventured out to outer space, an American astronaut did it and took photos of Mars and the moon and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, well, or when I said the cosmonaut now, he's like, oh, we never went to Mars. What are you talking about? I never said he went to Mars. I said he took a picture of Mars in his spacecraft. Okay? But a week later, an American astronaut did the same thing and took pictures. And the public had access to these pictures and wanted to know more about these structures they found on them. And USA and even Russia decided to release composite photos, which had like, it looked like just faulty things in it, you know, just looked like Photoshop. See, still you could see some monuments and things on these planets, but it looked like as if it was Photoshop, meaning, well, maybe somebody put that there. Either way, there was a big outcry. The public wanted to see all of the photos and compare them and review them, examine them, and come to their own conclusions. And the USA and Russia never released them to the public. Okay? So I'm just saying, how do you explain that? Some believe that there's a civilization that came from outer space that came to Earth, that did these things out there and came to Earth. But I mean, like, well, you can't say we went out there and did that, right? No, exactly. So I'm like, you know, it's just like, oh, yeah, exactly. Photos and this and that and this and that. And, you know, how do you know it's real? And yeah, you just question everything and doubt everything, you know, because you just can't accept it, you know. That's just silly. You know what I mean? That's just silly. Anyways, man, some dude walked up in there. I was talking a lot. Then the next dude walked up in there. The same dude, I told you, I went to that center to make a copy of a document. And the dude came up in there. Hi, brother. Yeah, sure, man. Or he was in there when I went in there, right? And then as I'm leaving now, he's posted up on the corner now, probably 2 blocks away. It was a pharmacy, I told you, with this damn lady who was telling me to go to the library to go make a copy when there's 2 centers less than a minute away from where we're standing, you know. And he was just posed up there, you know. Those are called interceptions. Study the video that I posted, the gang stalking video. It's interception. They think they're punishing you, just to bother you and annoy you and, yeah, make you look crazy. Because, you know, if you ever start complaining about it, everybody's going to say you're crazy. Yeah, right. Police can't call me crazy when I tell them the things you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But as the dude came up in there, the same dude I seen in the center and on the block, he walks up in there and says, hey, brother, and then walks towards me. I'm standing at the head of the store. There's a few things behind me on the wall, you know, different things like, yo, nail clippers, plugs for this, yo, this, that, USB cords, blah, blah, blah. But he comes like as if he's coming this way, so I move out the way, you know. Hey, brother, I didn't even answer him. That's right. What does he do? He goes the other way, goes to go and get a beer. That's right. buys his beer and then leaves. Yeah, no buy breader, no buy breader, you know. And that was that, you know what I'm saying? A few people started running up in the store, you know, buying things. I left the store and went across the street to an electronics store that some Arab people just opened up. I've never seen nothing like this. You just open up a store and put a bunch of tables, line up the tables in rows, and just put a bunch of stuff on them. Yeah, electronics warehouse sale kind of vibe, you know. Yeah, just come in and buy what you want. Wow, where do these people get all of these things from? You know, somebody get robbed. You know what I mean? You just have all these things, different things, electronics, foot massage, this, that, yo, all kind of things. All kind of high-tech drills, all kind of things, yeah. Didn't stay in there long, returned. Boom. The man who went in there, he bought some lottery. A lot of lottery. He was still in there talking, you know. And then I waited for him to leave. And then I asked this guy, you know, you listen to rap music? Oh, I listen to, I guess that's a no. You listen to reggae music? No. Okay. No, you know, I have Bob Marley at home, you know, but Bob Marley, you know, is like, too relaxed. What? Yeah, you know, like when I want to relax, you know, it's like it's relaxing music. Yeah, that's good. Bob Marley music is very relaxing music. But it's not just relaxing music. There's a lot of messages in the music still, and this is why he's still, some say, all-time greatest musician, artist, performer. Definitely one of the greatest ever, you know. It's like, well, I'm just saying, you know, he inspired people, his music uplifted people still, you know. I mean, it wasn't just about money. Bob wasn't about money. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even does interviews where he tells you, like, my life is for people. If my life was for my own personal gain, I don't want it. My life is to help plenty people, you know. And so he helped a lot of people with his money. Nobody can say Bob was, you know, vain or vainglorious, you know. So I'm just saying, you know, like that music, you know, uplifted and healed and saved many, you know. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, music, I think music, yeah, well, you know, just let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah, well, you didn't even let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah, but I mean, bro, I'm not going to take forever to finish what I'm saying, guy. I'm just saying Bob Marley music was to heal and save more than anything. Because it's like, yeah, the music, the frequency, yeah, but that's not really what I'm saying. But yeah, we're saying the same thing. No, we're not, kind of, you know. But I mean, you can't compare Bob Marley to, I don't know, Elvis or even any artist that you like, bro. You know what I'm saying? His influence is even greater, you know. But I'm saying this music thing is like, you know, we're really trying to deliver people, you know, from their struggles and their stress and all these things, and from Babylon. So it's not just music, you know, but what did I say to him again? Rastafari, our religion, this music, we use it to, you know, and it's always been that way and nothing will ever change, you know what I mean? Nothing will ever change. This is a mission still, you know? It's a mission. You're Rastafari, you know? Some funny people posing up on the block. Yeah, man, I see you, man. It looks like this guy got his phone on. You know, your phone out taping me. Yo, here, pause and resume. Judge, man. Pause and resume. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely. I could have turned my video on this dude, you know. Okay? Turn my camera on this dude. I want to see this dude, but then let me just leave. Because I don't know what the heck this guy's doing. He's out there, took his phone out. He's in his damn car, man. No joke. Pulled out and just got his phone out, recording me, and I noticed. The heck, you know. I just left him there. Either way, in the judgment. Here's what it is. It's kind of chilly out there anyways. He's lucky, because I'm telling you, I would have stayed out there and I would have filmed him. When you filming me, I'm filming you. You know? The heck is this crap? Anyway, This Indian boy keeps talking about white people this, white people that, white people this, white people that. Good. And I was telling him, because I was wearing a t-shirt of Marcus Garvey, you know, and I was telling this stupid Asian boy, he has to stand up for himself, and he's a black hero and a black god, and you have to know things about him as much as possible, you know. But I was telling this guy, I don't really get along with black people that well. Even him, me and this guy wouldn't get along. As you can clearly see, if I didn't talk to him, he wouldn't talk to me. And this is what I'm saying. You people want to act like you're better than people and you're antisocial. And then it's like, well, you know, then he's saying he doesn't know nothing. You know, he doesn't really have nobody around here. Exactly. No wonder why, you know. But I'm like, well, you know, this is why Christ and the mystics, even the Christ, he has a picture of it looked like a Orthodox picture of maybe this Jesus twin, the evil one, you know. It looks like it came from an Orthodox church. He said he got it from up the street. Because I asked him, is that Vishnu? Who is that? And he's like, no, that's just Jesus. Oh, that's just Jesus. Okay, well, you know, Jesus did teach, you know, that a tree is known by its fruit still, you know. So, I mean, if you're not really a good person, how would you know what a good person is still? You know what I'm saying? But yet still, I don't know, you meet someone and they want to take care of you, you know, and it's all about, you know, what they can do for you. And it's like they don't want you to help yourself nor anyone else to help you. Well, you should know this person's dangerous, you know, and a damn psycho, obviously, you know, but people are kind of slow, you know, especially when you do these type of things yourself. You don't really see when people are doing it to you, you know. But, yeah, I told him I don't really get along with black people. I probably wouldn't even get along with that black boy right there, you know, what you call niggers, you know. But I'll tell you what, you know, a lot of niggers are out there waiting for the day to come for them to exact revenge upon their slave masters, because this is all they see. It's all white people are slave masters, and they feel like they need to do to them what they did to them, and reduce you to nothing and take all you own. And exactly, you know, like, I don't support that. This is why we kind of don't get along, because I don't support that. You know, I'm like, what would that do for me? Why wouldn't I go do something better with myself and my resources and my support? If I can get support, you know, then go and do something like that. Waste my time to go do something like that. I'm pretty sure I can go do better things with my time. And he was very quiet, you know. He didn't really like that, you know, because he's like, yeah, well, you know, do to them what they did to you. I'm like, yeah, you know, there's that, you know. Because he's like, well, yeah, you know, why would you do to them what they did to you? Yeah, exactly. You know, but it's not just that. You know what I'm saying? That's like from a moral standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, why would I waste my time doing that? And he said again, you know, yeah, you're doing to others as, you know, why would you stoop to their level? And I'm like, yeah, well, that's from like a moral, religious, spiritual standpoint and aspect. I'm not talking about all of that. I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be good or bad. I'm just saying, how is that really going to benefit me? Secondly, I don't own this damn land or this country right now. So if I were to do something like that, it would probably cause a lot of problems for me. I mean, it's not going to help, you know. But either way, why would I do that when I'm pretty sure I can do something better, greater even, huh? Exactly, you don't get that, eh? I told him you don't relate to that. You can't relate to that. Either way, I had to live in there, you know. Such is life, you know. Such is life, I'm telling you. Then I went to go see my uncle. I just want to show you how crazy things are. I went to go and see my uncle to go and get a little piece of wheat. I haven't seen him in a minute. Either way, you know, I passed through, I go see him. He makes sure to be on his terrace with a guest on a bike. That's right, but as I come now, I came into his view. He doesn't say nothing to me. Okay, because he's talking to this guy. Okay, I came and I stood at least 4 feet away from him. He doesn't say nothing. I say, yes, 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 yeah, man, greetings. Yeah, for sure, man. And see, you're putting on a show right now, but whatever, you know. And he's talking to this man, and I went to the store. And it's as I'm forwarding from the store, I see 2 black youths on the same street the store is on, you know, the cross street. Not the street he lives on, because he lives on the same street the store is on, but the store is on a cross street too. So I look down and I see 2 black youths right away coming out of, look like they came out of like a building, the bottom of what you call a duplex, you know, which that's a stack house, 2 house stack up kind of. you know. And it's clear they came out looking all disheveled, you know what I mean? Like the dude was struggling to put his shirt on, and like, oh, you just ran out of your place, you know. But me, I'm walking up the street to go and see my uncle, you know. But I'm watching these youths over the rascal like this. When I get to my uncle, when I came out the store, my uncle's standing on the street now. He's standing on the sidewalk now. He's not on this terrace now. I just walked away from him. I mean, he probably didn't know where I was going, but probably figured I'm going to the store. Either way, you're going to stand on the sidewalk now. So when I come out the store, he's on the sidewalk. And here comes these youths. And I'm walking towards him. And then he wants me to see that he notices me, only to walk back up on his property. Okay, good. Well, I walk up there. Okay, I'm looking at these youths. Okay, I see this dude on the bike, but he's parked further away now. All right, cool. I just told this dude, because now he's on this damn terrace. You ready for me, man? He's on his patio. You ready? Yeah, I'm always ready. But you weren't ready before now, were you? Either way now, I walk into his place behind him now. But I look behind me and I see one of the youths on his way to his place with another youth. This youth looked like his face looked like a pizza. Black youth looking like he's doing all kind of nasty things, while the next youth is younger than him, but almost like as if the other one's older than him, leading him down a path of destruction. Me, I had to ease up out of the house and let these two youths run in there to go and deal with him, because you ain't gonna do that. I know what you're doing. It's just mind games and this and that, and to start things, you know, because guess what? They're gonna run up in there while I'm in there, and they're gonna come up in there and try to cut before me and thing, and he's actually gonna allow that and deal with them, you know what I'm saying? And then if I react to that, then when he's gonna react to that, and then guess what? Well, then maybe these youths are gonna react to that, and then, you know, you got this stupid, nasty girl up in there, she might react to it, and it's just, yeah, go crazy in here, man. You know, it's an ambush and an attempt at performing a humiliation ritual on someone. I eased out the house, man. I let these kids go in there, man. And there's only one in there, one went in there, and he only got $19, and he wants some weed, and he wants a piece of grabber. But this dude's like, yo, you know me, I only sell that, you know, yo. Right, you know. I don't know if that was for me to react, but I guess kind of, because I mean, like, if you don't want to give him the grabber, just say, yo, bro, boy, I mean, I have that, you know. Sometimes I'm talking to this kid who was outside, the younger one, and I'm like, yo, listen, you youths, you still need to get your education, you know. I don't know what you youths are dealing with still, but you still need to get your education, you know. School is not the only resource for education. Still, you still have to feel that dumb and know what's going on, you know, because then guess what now, you know, either way, you know, you should try to get your education in school too, do that, you know, because then guess what, you know, you ain't got nothing going on for you out here, and then you end up doing dirt, and now you're in trouble, and then, you know, don't really want that for the youth. He's like, yeah, I trust, right? Then this next one walks out and looks at me like something was up, man. I'm like, yes, you. He's like, yeah, God bless, all right, they left. And I told this dude, boy, you know, hurt the city youths them out here like that, you know, not doing nothing with themselves still, you know, but what they have for them. Yeah, well, you know how it is, man. Yeah, but it really shouldn't be that way still, but either way, you know, such is life, you know. Spoke a bit about Phantom Noja, sell out and bow, and that's why that happened to him, and I met him, and, you know, it's just, you know, I hear artists complaining about nobody went to his funeral and this and that. Yeah, because the man was too much trouble, man. The man disrespect too much people. Don't tell me you expect Damian Marley to go to his funeral. Rasta don't go to funerals anyways. But you see, when it's an iconic someone, and we know say, yeah, and Jah took them home still, we'll go, because we know they're not there. We know that there's no dead body that's in there. So we might try, you know, it all depends, you know, but more time, Rastas are not going to funerals and things like that. You see what I'm saying? God just said, let the dead bury the dead. See? And the living will not be found amongst the dead. Yeah, the living are found amongst the living. See? So when you bury someone, or you say, bury, well, if it wasn't a great figure or not, no, it shouldn't be no big thing, like it's a festivity or something like that, still, because I know, so this great one really tried home still, but, I just honor and thing, and same way, if I honor their legacy and thing, bless their families and things like that, and show the love, like a memorial and thing like that. Maybe not necessarily a viewing of a funeral and thing like that, but the funeral service vibes. Okay. Let the dead bury the dead. Give thanks for life. Artists that did go Natty King and whoever, Natty King. You shouldn't hear guns come on. You should have left them at home. You shouldn't bring your guns come to town. Good. The one who sounds like Luciano and Bushman and a bit like Dennis Brown. With some of the artists complaining about how there's nobody there, and how your Rastas and the artists them disrespect the youth, and trust, he was one of the realest youths. Anything I hear people, the greatest things I hear people say are the most things I hear them say about this youth is he made them laugh. That's it, that's all. Yeah, Fantan is a youth, when him come around here, you gonna laugh. Right, that's about it. Nobody can say why the youth was really gifted in music, never left him, and no, Rasta, show your things, and no, a leader for the nation, real warrior. No, you like to say that, but how was he a warrior? And why are you all complaining and crying about how nobody showed up to the youth funeral? You know how much you disrespect people. You expect Junior Gong to go to, whether it be a service for this youth after you disrespect Cindy Breakspear calling her a whore? How about Tisha after disrespecting Tisha and just disrespecting all these youths like that? The man called Tisha a pedophile or a rapist. The man said, Tijan, you're sipping tea and you got a John in your mouth? Tijan, what Tijan? Your last name Bennett, why would man bend you over? Tijan, a little boy, hey kid. They never tell you about this boy, a kid. Threatening the youth's life. That's what you're doing. You're trying to bully him, right? That's gangster vibes, right? Well, this is the same youth I met here or what? He was trying to bring me somewhere. The same man who was on stage with my girl at a show I went to, pulled my girl up on stage for dance with the girl. Him is a gangster, dread, fashion dread. So even when he's dead and I'm taking pictures of him, look on him look good, him look clean, yeah man. Dead in a fine style, buried in a fine style, look like fashion dread boy. Gong disgrace himself. I'm just saying, listen man, nobody really has much good to say about that youth because of all the effort he did still, I'm telling my uncle this, and it's just, even if, you want to say, everybody gonna die, okay, but you want people to remember you for bad things now, and then you have your kids now, your legacy now, and that's just your name, that's your karma, that's your spirit. You people don't think about those things. But yet still a lot of these people are into dark spiritual arts, witchcraft and sorcery, right? Which is what pharma course is associated with. And yet this is spiritual work you're doing. It's still dark, but it's still spiritual. So why are you so limited to the physical and think that there's nothing after this physical? Especially after all of these things that you have done spiritually now. You don't even think about that, mankind. Huh? You only think about here and now. Right. But you're always focused on the future, though. You always want to know what's going to happen in the future, though. Oh, and you want to know the truth about the things of the past. Yes, you're obsessed with that. But I was showing him, that, even if you say that you're all gonna die, you want to be remembered for bad things. He couldn't say nothing. I'm just saying he's remembered a lot for the bad. That he did more than the good, even though the good is supposed to outweigh the bad. He didn't do much good. This is why the good does not outweigh the bad. All you can say is some songs. That's it. But then he went and did some other stupid songs to destroy his own legacy. What girl hearted them vomiting and me are the fire king and Yeah. Half-naked girls. The video has half-naked. The girls are naked in a tub with him. They blurred it. It's censored. Okay, what are you talking about? What are you trying to portray? That you are a Rasta and a Bobo, a bad man, gangster, Bobo, sexy Rasta. You do what you want and fuck Rastafari. Yeah, and your elders who would tell you, youth, you can't be doing these things. You see, when Sizzla used to do some of these girl songs, and so some of the elders would tell you, youth, I don't really like the lyrics coming out of the eye mouth. They would tell him, I don't really do. And that I would have to tell him, well, Father, just, we have to reach them and pull them out of this, I hear what the eye say, youth. But it's not a good impression you are giving of Rastafari. It's not a good representation of Rastafari. And so these things, we have to change these. They would tell Sizzla, and Sizzla would go and do shows and even talk to the people and say, yo, you see them songs I'm do? I just for for vibes and things, you say all this fucking and drinking and partying business, it'll mash me up. This is why he would have to clarify himself. Because he doesn't want you to get carried away with it. But the Bingy elders would criticize Sizzla, they're the only ones who can, and also our king. And he would take the criticism and say, well, give thanks, tell me the truth, and then me have to cool out with those type of songs and make more conscious love dancehall songs for the girls them still, But every now and then I might do a little something raunchy and the elders them overs, because you see, he might do more of those songs because he knows say this we love, this is why we love this youth, And so it's okay if we go do a little raunchy song for the girls them still, but still keep it in our context, and then still him run fly out of that now and gone in a culture. Them love that. It's a youth where him can teach anyone the right way to do things. I will give thanks for Sizzla Kalonji for teaching the right way to do things, because he never let none of the youth them astray with none of his gangster lyrics, ragamuffin lyrics, gyal lyrics, slack, semi-slack lyrics, by the way. We call it semi-slack. Never. Whosoever gone astray, you are already gone astray. See? And that's the Sizzla you love more than anything. Good. Well, the Sizzla don't really want you to just love that. But give thanks. You see, these youths now, when the elders criticize them, the Rasta them, junkie Rasta man them, and and them stuck in the past and blah, 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 blah. You never see these youths around no elders. That's another thing. Whether it be Gay Petan, Luciano, I don't care, Chronics, none of these youths really, see them around no elders. But Sizzla Kalonji is the president of the Naya Biggie, elected by our elders, so get around the red, the gold, and the green, Yeah, rally round the red, the gold, and the green. Anyways, man, this funkle, cause your uncle, you're funky guy, But me I show him, say, look, these youths, and see Masicka, your Masicka album, no, me never hear it, sure you never hear it, but you hear the song Damien did with him, no, I never hear it. Yeah, it was the biggest song in dancehall right now. It's the biggest song of this youth's career, and him win a Grammy with Kes Namdi, and that was probably the biggest song in his career after the song he did with Vybz Kartel. As a matter of fact, this song bigger because you win a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And this song even bigger. And that's what the people them love still. All this, I sell drugs and tell my kid I do crime and drinking and smoking hard and enough, and yeah, I'm a drug dealer and shoot them up, kill them, yeah, that's it, that's all really. And then you gotta do a song like this which stands out, your only clean song on the album, everything else might be semi, but this, I'm a drug dealer and I'm a criminal and all these things, well, that don't look good still. Skilly Bang was a dancehall artist, his song was used in court. It was played in court for the jury and the judge and the man those present to hear him elaborately describing a fraud scamming scheme, and the man behind its name was mentioned, who was the man who was in court, who was found guilty. He was found guilty based on those lyrics. Everything else was circumstantial, but now we got lyrics that prove, hey, look, it's him, he's a scammer, you got this guy singing about it. And his elaborate scamming scheme. Right, so I'm just saying, well, there's some of them youth, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What is it? Oh, well, you know, that's how it is, and you already know. Nah, bro, that's how it's gonna be. He's signed to a label, and this, bro, dancehall artists don't really sing about selling drugs and stuff like that. But you see, these dancehall artists, trap artists now, dancehall trap artists now, that's all they like to sing about because they think they're gonna get a big break doing that. But there's an agenda too. But this guy went and signed to a major label. He's the first one to go sign to a major label, really. You know? And, well, you know, the music is watered down. And so he has to say a bunch of shit. Either way, man, I'm just like, you see, because he's saying, yeah, well, the youth, man, you know how it is. And I know how it is, bro, but I'm just saying, man, me, man, I'm a priest, you see what I'm saying? High priest discrimination, so all these youths are my youths. Still, look out for all of them still. You don't see it that way, you're different. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's why, because I'm like, my youth now, if I have a youth now and he has friends who are mixed up in things, yeah, that'll affect me still, you know? Because even him, he might grow with these youth and might have a hard time locking them off and then get influenced by them, or guess what, maybe they get caught up and shut up or lock up and thing. Well, that's going to affect my son. So the best thing is for my son to lock them up, but that's not so easy now, is it? Is it easy for a youth to just lock off his fucking childhood friends just because they're doing crime while he's not doing it? It's not easy, my friend. They're still my friends. We're like family, like bros. Exactly. Well, that's why you have to make sure your son... No kidding, bro. I gotta make sure that my son knows as much as possible about this shit and what he's doing and what he can be getting himself into and what this shit leads to, right? It doesn't mean my son not gonna get caught up, my dude. It doesn't mean my son could just be in a car with a friend and guess what, police stop them and guess what, his friend tosses the gun in the seat and my son get charged for that. What the heck are you talking about? We're trying to say, well, we try to stay away from these things and try to blows and strengthen the youth, their mind so that the youth don't get caught up in these things, you know? But it's clear you don't give a fuck about these users. I didn't tell him that, you know, but like, yo, obviously, you know, bro, you don't see it that way still. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not your youths. You know what I mean? While his youth has a criminal record, used to be in a gang called Blue Devils and all kind of rascal thing. You know what I'm saying? And do enough more things. Guy, you have a nephew. The same uncle of mine has a nephew who's dead today. You see what I'm saying? Dead today. At a young age, gunshot. You see what I'm saying? So don't play this game, you know? But yet still, it's like everything is a competition. I told him, listen to me, man, bro. Me at war with Babylon. You are war with Babylon. Me nice. You're nice. Bro, Babylon has it out for all of us. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about, fam. Me nice and say, yeah, man, you want Babylon clout nice, you know, well, me no nice, you know what I mean? Boy, you're nice, like, bro, Babylon a kill off my picnic, them sons, daughters, brothers, and even my sisters. You see what I'm saying? And they're even trying to kill I, yeah? And none of them can kill I. Now the man starts to get real agitated. He was agitated before cutting me off, disagreeing with me, whatever. The redirecting conversation. You know, this is stupid. It's not like I talk a lot, man. You know, I'm just talking to you, man. And the man just has to act like a damn idiot. You know, it is what it is. But he really got agitated when I said they're trying to kill me, bro. Me at war with Babylon and them can't kill her. Yo. Then here comes his girlfriend from in the living room to come to the kitchen, but she ain't saying nothing. She's just standing by the doorway because I'm like, yeah, guy, you think I don't know you're trying to kill me? But I'm not going to tell you that to your face, but I'm just telling you. And I don't care who or what. You are trying. Yeah? Oh, man, I really got agitated, man. Like, yo, I don't really want to talk about this. Oh, you don't want to talk about this? No. Oh, that's my right. It's not my right. Yeah, man, it's your right, bro. For sure it's your right. But, I mean, you're the one that kept talking about it. The things that you were saying about these youths. You know, well, they're not my kids. And I hear you. Well, as long as you make sure that your kid... Yeah, I hear you, but definitely the youth, well, you know, it's not your problem. Yeah, it kind of is. You know what I'm saying? This youth are dead off and a Babylon and kill him off. Oh, shh. Now, brother, me I talk to you, man. Why you keep telling me this shit, man? I'm happening to you like as if I'm getting loud right now. I'm just talking to you. Babylon try to kill me off too and that not gonna work. Oh, I don't want to have this discussion. Come. Well, we should have this discussion. We should have these discussions about what's going on still. I don't know what you're hiding is what I told him. I couldn't say nothing. I just left him there. And I left his girl there, just standing there, quiet. Like as if the girl really came out to say. My man say him don't want to talk about it. You can't start talking about something and then talk about you don't want to talk about it. That's what you people like to do. That's your last resort. And I owed this guy $10 from a piece of grabber I took from him a few weeks ago. His girl was there, he wasn't there. And it's clear the girl wants me to come in and chill in there with her. You know, just give me that piece of grabber, man. You know, bye. You know, and I know she told him, you know what I'm saying? And here I'm buying some weed from him. Okay, guy. I mean, I could say, yo, bro, I owe you that $10 for the grabber, you know. But you see, if I don't do that now, the vibe is, oh, you're trying to pull a fast one. And then last minute, like as he's leaving, watch this girl run on, oh, you forget to, oh, right. And then it's like, yeah, you see, he was trying to, it's just stupid, you know what I mean? It's really, really stupid. So I'm the one that told him as I bought this thing, oh yeah, trust, I owe you $10 for the grabber too, you know, here. It's like, yeah, you know, manners. Yeah, for sure. But this was the play. This was the play. I was supposed to walk away, not having paid for that. You know, paid my debt, $10 debt. You know what I'm saying? And then turned into a big thing, like as I'm walking away. You know, outside too. You know, like yo, humiliation ritual by any means necessary. Judgment left them there. Anyways, you check it out. Marcus Garvey. The powers, man, the mighty emperor himself. He took out the Grand Lizard, Edward Carl Young of the KKK, turned the KKK on its head, caused a bunch of civil unrest, because the KKK now went after black people and black businesses, and even white people that supported them, whether they be Catholics, even immigrants who didn't really support the Klan, but you know, they were building up their businesses and stuff like that, the way what the UNIA was, exactly. That's what they went to go destabilize. These different communities and what they were doing. Alright, just saying. It's clear that it was after the meeting that we see all these events. KKK, this and that. I posted it, right? So it would only make sense that the interview between the Imperial one and the Grand Lizard took place prior to Tulsa. Prior. Because Marcus Garvey made his address. He gave his address at the Liberty Hall in New York in 1922, June 9th or so. Okay, good. And it was published in the Negro World the 25th of the same month. Point is, Marcus never speaks about this, the Tulsa incident. Good. So, that's the judgment. Your President Harding, who was president when Marcus Garvey was illegally convicted, unlawfully convicted. It was a frame-up. Doesn't matter. The UNIA agitated to this man, your president, his administration. They ignored us. Very good. And then he died 2 months later. Your President Harding, that's your judgment boy. Huh? And then came Calvin Coolidge, who is the same, he was senator. Years before becoming president, he voted on a unanimous bill to separate the black and the white race and to assist in repatriating black people under the UNIA. The bill was not passed, not enough votes, cool, but this man, Calvin Coolidge, who was a senator, he voted on it. He voted for it. Okay, good. No problem. Now you're the president. And this man is in jail. And black people are getting very restless. They want to burn down your cities and stuff like that. And this is what they're telling you. Hey, listen, you better let him out. You guys set him up. You better let him up. We're going to burn down this place. And after serving 4 years, 3 to 4 years, Calvin Coolidge commuted Marcus Garvey's sentence and deported him to Jamaica. Very good. Your Calvin Coolidge died on Independence Day, July 4th, 1933. This is a curse. You are stupid, Mr. Coolidge. Or Kool-Aid. Yes, they call him the silent one. Oh, really? They called you the silent one. You're too silent, Mr. Kool-Aid. And then you have Warren Gamaliel Harding. Gamaliel? Yes, Gamaliel is one of the names they give Christ in the book of Acts. So is Ananias. And so is Paul. Yes, the good Paul, not the evil Jesus twin Paul. No. Gamaliel. Oh, really? Wow. Interesting. Yes. And Mr. Coolidge was born on the 2nd of November. Oh, really? Wow. His imperial and her imperial majesties were crowned on the 2nd of November, 1930. What are the chances? What are the chances, man? That's just crazy, man. Shit. Anyways, a lot of intel on Marcus Garvey. Yes. Very good. Hold on. Let me find it. I have to find it since we're here. You see, the tank fire, Glenpool. Yes, Tulsa. I was telling you about Tulsa. You see what happened to Tulsa? She got pulsed. Yes. Could have been a lot worse too. It's all signs of the times. Yes. They say the Tulsa incident took place June 1921. No. Most likely it took place June 1922. Yes, where all this madness and mayhem ensued. Makes sense. You see my Teflon? With Esau? Yes. Esau is my new disciple who has replaced Kes Namdi. Yes, I'm replacing a few of them. I told you it might happen. Okay, it's happening. Okay, there's a shuffle up going on right now. Kes Namdi has been knocked out. He's not ready. He's been replaced by Esau. Yes, and your Naki Whale is about to be replaced too. I'm going to tell you who's going to replace him. Yes, even Highly Celestial might be replaced. Yes, I'm telling you the truth, and I told you it might come to that. Anyways, the point is, your Warren Gamaliel Harding was born November the 2nd. Wow. And died August, Marcus Garvey's month. Wow. While in office, the same year Marcus Garvey got convicted and sentenced. Trumped up charges, a frame up. Yes, the same year. In June, Marcus Garvey was sentenced. In August, this man fell dead. Mr. Warren Gamaliel Harding. Yeah, he fell hard. And you got this clown here, Calvin Kool-Aid. Shit. Oh, he died January 5th. It doesn't matter. That's Christmas time. That's New Year's time. Doesn't matter. 1932. That's your judgment. Either way, he was born July 4th. Yeah, okay, well, that's his judgment. That's his judgment. But either way, it's a judgment. But yet still, this man voted as a senator on the Black Bill. The Black Man Bill of Rights Bill.
And so it's not that big of a judgment, you know, but yet still, you know, you waited 3 years to send my Marcus Garvey away to Jamaica to the power. Why couldn't you say we need to launch an investigation right now into this case right now? Because it seems like, it looks like, it smells like a frame up. No? And you couldn't do that, huh? That's why you're dead. 1933, guy. New Year's time. Yeah, anyway, big song, you know what I'm saying? Marcus, yes, man, tell you then be more like Marcus, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, out of your 45 presidents, US presidents, since 1789, only 5 of them remain alive. You know that? You know that? Yes, George Bush Jr., Bill Clinton, you say Clinton, you say Clinton, Bill Clinton, yeah. I did not have sex with that woman. You remember the big scandals? Yeah, a lot of these guys are nothing but scandals. Even Warren G. Harding, big scandal after this guy dead. Calvin Coolidge, big scandal too after this guy dead. Even while he was in office, Harding, big scandals. Anyways, you got big Bill Clinton, and you got Joe Biden and Trump and the bum. Imagine that. Wow. And now 4 of them are old geezers. That's right. If you look into the history of the USA, you will find out that many US presidents died the same year, or even the same day, different year, or even the same day, or back to back. I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm telling you, many US presidents died back to back, man. What a curse. 40 of your 45 US presidents who are alive. Only 40. Out of, no, what did I say? 40 of them are dead. What am I talking about? 40 of them are dead. Out of the 45, only 5 are alive. You can't be serious. And 4 of them are old geezers. Yeah, I'm going to check this out right now because I looked into it yesterday. Like, wow. Hold on. I am checking it. Let us the Father be praised. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson died on exactly the same day, July the 4th, the birth of Calvin Coolidge, 1826. They both died on the same day. James Monroe, another president, died on the 4th of July, 5 years later, in 1831. Imagine that. Oh my God. My goodness. I'm telling you. Hey, did you know that President Jimmy Carter claims to have seen a UFO? Yes, it is true. The only U.S. president to claim to have seen a flying object, unidentifiable flying object. Very good. Did you know that in the days of Ronald Reagan's presidency, there was something known as the Seeker event, where according to Reagan and others, they seen some big moon-like object hover over the earth. And they said it had shafts that opened up where small ships would fly out of it, and they would monitor and survey different planets, including planet Earth. Oh, you didn't know about that? Did you know in George Bush Sr.'s presidency, there was the greatest U.S. security breach in U.S. history when a man... Yeah, let me get my notes. Let me see. A man by the name of... I'm going to find it. Is it Phil Schneider? I believe it is Mr. Phil Schneider. who exposed everything about the government secret alien reverse technology programs and all the things that are going on, and all these different bases and tunnels and cities underground that are the result of the brain drain, which is when the US and other countries were seeking brainiacs in different fields, technological fields and governmental fields, and they would recruit them to be top level, ultra classified agents that will work top level, high level, high tech, and actually those who get the jobs have to abandon their lives, their families and everything, literally. And they live in these underground bases and stuff like that. Some of them are even on other planets and stuff like that. Huh? Yes. In high-tech cities, you know. But, yes, it's called the brain drain of the 1950s and 60s. Up to 55 to 60 million of the most intelligent and talented scientists from around the world were recruited into secret space programs. 25 of them were from the United States of Canada. 75% of them were international. You understand? Underground bases and all kind of things. Many things. Yes. But, hold on a minute. I'm trying to find it. Yes, the Seeker event. Yes. Which you will find in your movies. Captain America, Iron Man 3, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and many different movies. They show you, the event, or they make reference to it. Anyways, yes. It is true. It is true. But where is it? I'm trying to find it. So much things to say. Yeah, it's Phil Snyder. The greatest security breach in U.S. history. And this man ended up dead. They say he was looking at up to 70 years in prison. But ended up dead. Yeah, I just want to confirm that it's him. Just have to confirm that it's him. Yes, it is Mr. Snyder. Can you imagine that? Yeah, But you look into something called Project Camelot, government secret space programs, all kind of things, reverse engineering, all kind of stuff. Yeah, babe, it's no joke too, babe. Anyways, and that's it for now, but incoming people, keep your heads up and your eyes peeled. Yes, remain in the light of truth. Yeah, this is a long one for a reason. You do. And you got disgusting Erica Badu and Lauryn Hill doing their witchcraft in the public once again. That's right. And you got the Tupac trial. That's right. 30 years later. That's right. 30 degree, 33 degree. Yeah, for sure. Tupac. Yeah. And I told you, you got to know what's going on. You got to know what this is all about. Epstein's going to get called up. You know what I'm saying? Not called up. Mentioned. Puffy's name gonna get mentioned. He might get embroiled into it. That's right. I told you they're taking Hollywood hella weird. Damn! You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Fed. And who better to use than, your cornerstone? Tupac Shakur. Came to shake you up. Told you, eh? I told you about this dude, eh? Talk about your shorty and yo, what? California screaming. Soon as I got out of jail, I heard Hoochie screaming. Nah, for sure. Everything links back to this thing here, man. Your boy, Tupac. I told you they've been saying they're gonna use this boy. Yeah, bring it down. Bring it all down, And then guess what? Biggie's name is gonna surface, and then his murder, and then how about we just have a double flipping trial right now, Biggie, Tupac right here, right now, and just bring them all down,
Yeah. I mean, the clairvoyant one. Yeah. A lot of people act like as if they're clairvoyant. Many people do have clairvoyant abilities, yes, but I am him. I am clairvoyant. Yes. You're the Most High Rastafari. Yeah. People, I'm gonna let you go. But people, the Tupac trial is a big distraction, but they're actually going to use it as an instrument now to bring them down as well. Enough more things. Don't forget your Trump and the tariffs. We got tariffs back on the table. Canada, 50% tariffs starting now. Okay, well, we're going to give you a 3-day pause to think about it, Canada. Canada, obviously, you need to surrender to the USA. Surrender before we invade you, Canada, because you're causing a lot of problems for us. And don't let us have to invade you, because if we invade you, Canada, well, then, it's going to give you reason to hate us even more.
You don't see what's going on? The same funkle of mine, funky uncle of mine. I was telling him, Trump,
you can't tell me that it would never happen because, Russia and Germany were neighbors. And then guess what? Oh no, Russia, Germany, war.
That's right. That's what the damn Soviet and these Cold Wars and the fall of the Berlin Wall and all these things is all about. The Soviet Union. You forget about these things. Okay, well, we're saying neighbors have gone to war many times in the past, and it seems like the only time they go to war is when they're really big. And right now, Canada and the USA looks like they're bigger than ever. Yeah? So yeah, let's do it. The USA is invading Canada. Tarriffs, I'm gonna bomb Iran tonight. Tonight. That's what he said last night. They're gonna get it. I'm gonna nuke him. He said he's going to drop a nuclear bomb on Iran.
Yeah, they have nuclear enrichment programs going on, yeah, but that's besides the point. We're gonna nuke him.
I'm gonna see. So I told you already, your Pac is linked to your Trump, who is linked to who? Your Vice Kartel. Who it seems like they're trying to replace Vice Kartel with this Masicka boy. But no, you cannot replace Vice Kartel with Masicka, who is a better artist, a better songwriter if he's writing his own lyrics too, a better composer. Stage-wise, you're about shit. I would never want to see any of them perform live. Yeah, but when it comes to delivery, it seems like Kartel can deliver more than your Masicka. You need to work on your stage presence and performance, and breathing, and control, and all of these things. You need to work. Boy. You're not ready. Even Kes Namdi came on the show. Kes Namdi did a guest appearance. So much blessings, I feel thankful. Yeah, for sure. All these youths sound so damn weak, man. You're not ready for this. You're not ready for this thing here. You're not ready for the big stage, man. Jah be with ya. Yeah? Jah be with your people. I'm gonna let you go. Yeah?